Hello everyone, and we're back to more for the 2023 Imperium Cup for Dune Imperium with the Rise of X and Immortality expansions. I'm your host and commentator, the BlackShadow, and we're continuing our coverage of the second round of the knockout brackets. This is featuring players who finished third and fourth in their various groups, as well as the qualifiers from the first knockout round. And we have a look at Match D today, featuring Ben, MatthewSawcz, I believe it is, vaLfizzL, and Hersheylim, who was the qualifier. We are 3 games down. We've got a total of 13 matches to be played, and it is all the winners from these matches. It was the 5 best scoring seconds that will make it through to the quarterfinals. We've already seen quite a lot of strong players already exit the tournament at this fairly early stage of the knockouts, but I think that goes to show just the quality of players that are entering these competitions nowadays. Especially when you compare this, say, to like one of the first couple of events that we held for Dune Imperium via TTS. It's a different world now. It really, really is. There's so many strong players about, so you know these games are going to only get harder and harder as they go. But hey, at least we get to enjoy it, right? Let's have a look at the various players we play in today's match, and we'll start off with Ben, who came through fairly clearly in Group Q to make it straight through to the second knockout round. It was a bit of a tale of two halves of Ben, who did start off the competition not particularly well, finishing 4th place with Count Ilban in the very first game. 9 victory points, everyone else finishing with 10, a little bit agonizing perhaps, but really bouncing back from there. Second places in weeks 1 and 4, and then winning his week 5 match with Helena against Baron, Ilban, and Raban opposition. Very, very impressive job there. And then Ben was able to secure his top 4 finish. Never really was able to challenge for the top 2, unfortunately. Raymond got into a really heavy start, and we did cover a couple of Zazu's games, who of course is a very solid, accomplished player, and he'll be waiting in the quarterfinals to try and make a deep run into this event. But all in all, I think Ben will feel that it was job largely well done as far as the group is concerned. But now it comes to competition, straight knockout play. It's a different environment now, so he's going to have to be on his toes. It's probably a similar situation for Matthew, who made his way ultimately as 4th place finisher in Group D. This was a group that was heavily dominated by Toaster and Ozymandias, also featuring Cheeseball, but was not able to proceed along to the knockout stages due to stuff going on his side, and that's totally fine. I respect that. So Matthew was ultimately the person to go through in that spot instead. I would argue, given the situation on the table, I think he played pretty decently as well. Some very, very strong players here. Managing to force a victory in the final game of the competition with Helena. Only beating Matt Love on Chow Murky tiebreak, however. So very, very close stuff, but still pretty strong performances throughout the competition. Not dropping really any points anywhere too much, apart from a sort of disappointing 4th place finish in week 2 as Hundro, which was won by Cheesable. So I don't think he can blame too much, and he's got his way through to the second round, which he probably deserved with 12 points on the board. But now it's time to see how he's going to be able to perform as well in these sort of situations where you're not playing to a group anymore. It's not about scoring points for a group. It's all about just real cutthroat action. I've not seen a ton of Matthew's play either, truth be told, but I'm looking forward to this. vaLfizzL came through as the 4th place finisher in Group O, which was very heavily dominated by Nishu early on, who secured the top spot pretty quickly in this group. Hushid and Rybas got into a scrap between 2nd and 3rd, which meant it was up to Val to look to try to get hold of 4th place and hold on for dear life, and they just about managed to do so. Val also had to come behind from this group as well. A disappointing 4th place with Count Ilban in the Week 2 match, their first of the game, which was one of the ones was won by Craze, who's the only other person that won a match in this event for the group. However, shocking back with a 2nd place in Week 3 of the Baron, and then winning the Week 6 game as Duke Lido, just about enough to force their way ahead of Craze on points tiebreak, though maybe slightly fortunate as Craze kind of fell away towards the end as well. So, we have a tale of two halves. Val was the one who found their way into the second round, where sadly Craze was knocked out to Mysterium in Knockout E. And lastly, we have Hersheylim, who was the 6th place finisher in Group L with a tricky group, but maybe a slightly disappointing group stages, as we have covered before. We did indeed cover their match as well in the first round, where they managed to force a pretty decisive victory against Michael Wild, Shima Tactics, and One Nappy Ninja in Knockout B. It was ultimately a pretty well-worked victory for them, managing to kind of stealth their way to 10 points without anyone really realizing, and by the time it was apparent, it was simply too late for anyone to do about it. And, you know, Hershey impressed me in that game, and we're feeling, I imagine, pretty good going into this match. I honestly think this entire game is completely wide open. I have no idea who's going to win this at all. I think everyone's got a really good shot about this. I have a funny feeling that the early game is going to be very important in this one. If I had to guess, I would say if anyone can, like, forge a fairly solid early lead, it'll be up to them. If they can just hold on to that and convert that later on, I think they'll be massive favorites to go through. But it's really, really hard to know going into this game who I fancy at this stage for this one. To be fair to the players today, it's perhaps an unenviable draw they've got. The winner of this will be making their way to quarterfinal B, which will feature, amongst all other people, we've got Orski in it, Taff Live, who took Matya to the limit in Group K, and Night Fury, who is the only person left in the competition who is completely undefeated, winning 4 straight games in Group S. It's possibly the highlight of the entire quarterfinals bracket, and it's one that I'm very much looking forward to covering later on down the line. And the winner of this gets that one. So perhaps not the most, appetizing, perhaps, but you got to take it a game at the time. And hey, if you make it through, that's a hell of a showpiece match to have on, because you know that's going to get featured on at least a couple of channels. Should be a good time. So again, as I was ready for the match here, vaLfizzL finds himself in the red seat, which means we Hersheylim to pick first in the blue 4th spot. So we've got the opening row and Tex, and this has got a fun little situation, actually. I kind of like this in a sort of way. It's kind of very nondescript. And I'm curious to see how this is going to break out here. So, Chedog and Face Dancer Initiate are the opening cards here. Face Dancer Initiate I do really rate. I think it's a really nice enabler of experimentations. Just grafting faction access is always solid. Chedog is a card I really like the design of. Being able to play it with another card and then get the reveal bonus of that same card as well. That, with some cards, can be insane. You know, Guild Accord, I'm looking at you. Stuff like that. And also like stuff like TM and Web of Power, that sort of thing can be absolutely crazy. But in any event, so it can be really cool, but works with some cards better than others. The Imperium row is kind of nondescript, truthfully. A couple of solid cards. Benny Sisters solid. Initiate solid. Spice Smugglers can be interesting if you want to delve down that route early. Guild Accord is a very solid card as well. I think it's pretty strong. But it's a row that I think it's very likely someone might just get the 4 or 5 Persuasion and might just rip the row and just completely gamble. I don't know whether that's going to work out for them or not, but I can definitely see that happening a lot of the time. But there's, solid enough stuff. We'll see what happens. I wonder if anyone might actually go and punt for Guild Accord immediately. That can be really good, obviously, for the access. And just getting to Highline for 4 Spice, it's very strong. As for our techs here, Memo Quarters is on the opening row, which is going to be highly desirable. This is like one of those sought-after techs in the entire game for fairly obvious reasons. Disposal's kind of gone out of favor a little bit, but I still think it's a pretty solid tech. And Detonation Devices could influence someone going very heavy with the combat as well. What do we got here for leaders? Tessia Vernius and Beast are the 2 most notable ones, but Romba Vernius is in the game, and Romba would very much be interested in Detonation Devices. Helena might even come out with some row ripping. Hyuna's there in first position. We'll see how this goes. A Lasery Kaz also with Chairdog can be pretty effective too, so I think there's a little something to play for everyone here. So, Hershey goes for Beast, not Tessia, which is interesting. I think I would have preferred taking Tessia slightly here, just because it depends. I mean, Ben Initiate's not ideal. I also think Tessia just suits being in 4th better than 3rd place. That's just my opinion, but Beast is just totally fine. So, Beast in 4th, Tessia in 1st, Val up next. So, I'm just going to see who it's going to pick here. Helena could be an option. Yuna is kind of seen as not a bad spot in 1st because she gets hold of better money and does take that. And leaves Ben to decide what he wants to do. So, Romba Vernius going immediate Detonation, I don't hate. Helena, I don't hate potentially. A Laser could be decent too. Kind of depends how you see this, really. Yuna is always going smuggling if she's got any access to it, so I don't know. It's a tricky one, this. Chairdog can be a really good graph card for you, though. There's no doubt about that. Depends what you want to do with Memo Quarters. In theory, you could potentially look to go, like, threaten that with a dagger, but goes for Helena instead, so I think he's going to just infiltrate negotiation and get it that way. So, okay then, here we go. Get ourselves ready for this. Let's have a look at the opening draws. And faction access isn't hugely around. Yuna finds none. Yuna's got not the best hand she would have liked. Tezia's got no faction access either. Beats only the one here, so... And Helena's got both faction access immediately, so this is going to be an interesting opening start here. The opening conflict is the mixed smuggling skirmish. All rewards here pretty decent. So Helena withdrawing this. She might end up like just going fold space and then looking to get hold of memo corders here, I suspect. I would fire it, but the problem is Beast is out. Oh, but Beast has got no council access, so Beast can't even snipe memo corders. Helena might be able to get away with this here. Helena might well find her way to memo corders and shipping anyways, even though she's drawn both faction accesses, which is kind of insane. Tezia Vernius has to go Imperial Basin straight away. Pretty poor hand. Yeah, Beast has got a really weird spot here. He's got no council access, hasn't drawn any of it. He was obviously going to probably go for memo quarters to get away from Helena, but now he can't. And he's got no way of drawing either. So it's going to have to be steel suits. And I suspect what we'll see is a limp in, and then Beast is going to have to go Conspire Swordmaster round 2, which is definitely on. That cannot be stopped by anyone here, basically. So I think that's going to be the move. Conspire, Swordmaster, and then Signet Ring, like, whatever's available, basically. I don't see another move here for Hershey. But he definitely want to get hold of Memo Quarters, potentially, but Yuna's going to pinch it. Yuna Carfags with her ring. Finds Calculated Hire immediately. That's pretty nice in the early game to have that in the back pocket. Very nice. So I think that's the move. Helena needs to either get some spice or she needs to go tech negotiation. And I think she needs to go tech negotiation immediately because Tezia Vernius is threatening Memo Quarters. That's the move for me. Helena tech negotiation 100% of the time. You cannot let... When Tezia Vernius opens up with Basin, she's going Memo Quarters because she has no faction access. It's the only thing that she's ever doing here. You've got to cut that out, I think, as Ben here. I know you got Diplo, but you don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Oh, but gets drawn into it. But now how are you going to get your faction access next round? Your shipping's going nowhere. And you can't even cash in smuggling for Swordmaster, so I think this is a miss here from Ben. And it's a huge result to Tezia Vernius, who's going to get Memo Quarters immediately. And now is going to also get access to shipping because Helena's got no way of blocking it. So a massive result for Tezia in the first round. Ben just misses it. Just completely misses Tezia picking up the spice. But yeah, that was the move, I think. Tech negotiation, block it, get Memo Quarters, start shipping. I think that was the move. And Tezia is going to get hold of immediate shipping here. Very strong for Tezia in the third seat to get that. So, a problem for the table early. Beast is going to have to go... He's got to go great flat, I think, here. He's been shut out for money as well. I don't know if he's going to have to put in more troops. He needs some Solari. He's got to put them in here. There's no choice. So, Conspire Swordmaster for Beast coming up. Yuna will not win this conflict either. She's going to be threatening going Wealth, however, herself. So she can set up for a round 3 Swordmaster. She might be able to beat Hershey to it. But she can get herself kind of set up for it anyways. Calculated Hire does help to pick up it, though. Anyways. So Yuna reveals a 3 and a dagger. Picks up the sister. Doesn't risk the row. Still see Manufacturer turns up here. Oh my god, and Tezia Vernius is going to bink this. Unless Helena decides to just do a crazy rip of the row here, too. Wow, this is a Merry Christmas for Tezia. What an insane start. Memo Quarters and Steel Suit Manufacturer and Shipping Access and Seat Free instantly is coming. An insane start this for Tezia Vernius here. Absolutely wild. She's got 6 officially. She was planning for Guild Accord. She still goes Guild Accord. Wow, okay. So, just looking to absolutely bomb the faction there. Threatening... Setting up basically for round 7 highlight, I guess, is the plan. So, which means Beast is going to get Steel Suit Manufacturer, which he'll be happy with. I think I would have gone Steel Suit still with Tezia Vernius, but that's just me, in any event. Because there's no way Beast could ever get Guild Accord, but he might be able to grab Steel Suits, so what are you going to do? Anyways, that's all that's going to be resolved here. So, money for red and blue. Green will win the conflict, but it was pricey, and I don't know what their next move is here. Did they just get too greedy? Maybe they did, thinking, oh, I'll get the spice and get memo quarters and just go. I think what Ben Benville was thinking was, I'll win the conflict, use the spice from this conflict to pick up memo quarters, and then get shipping that way and take the extra shipping bump. But Tezia Vernius had already got the spice, and that was just way too risky. So Helena's going to get in. Now Helena's in trouble. What does she do now? This is the problem here. You've got no water, no access to basin. You've depleted your garrison. What on earth is the move here? You could go Minimic, and you probably should go Minimic. You don't have to go Minimic now. Beast is always going to that. So Beast obviously thinking, again, Conspire, Swordmaster, Signet Ring something, and do whatever he can here. Might even get the win here with raid stockpiles of the garrison's fairly loose. So, yeah, Helena in only trouble here. And, yeah, just misplayed it, just blundering away memo quarters, and now has got herself in a real awkward spot here. Probably has to just go smuggling and take the cash, and you work it out from here, basically. I don't see what else you can really do. You know, probably just Signet Ring, Minimic, rip the row, try and get hold of a decent card for cheap. Or cheaper, and then base your game around like a big 6-7 coster, basically, is all I can think you can do. Tech Negotiation and Signet Ring, Tech Negotiation, Minimic, and Signet Ring means she'll be able to get a 7-cost card if she rips the row, and I think that's what I'd be doing as Helena, but this was definitely not the intended plan. So Tezia Vernius can just ship away here in relative impunity. Beast will Conspire. Yuna will probably wealth immediately, and then off to Helena. I think that's what she's got to do. I think you rip the row, look for like a 6-coster or something, or a 7-coster, and you just work it out from there, basically. Doesn't really matter what Tezia rips away that or Seek Allies. Should officially do Seek Allies, I guess, but I don't think it makes a blind bit of difference here. There are definitely a lot of cards that Helena could find which could be very strong for her. She reveals first as well, so she might be able to get hold of 2 cards if she's fortunate. Yuna has not got any way of getting hold of Calculated Hire. Helena just, yep, she rips it. Looking for a big card. It's not... It's okay. Sardaukar Legion, Freighter Fleet, High Priority. Yeah, it's not a great row. It was the right move. I don't hate Sardaukar Legion for her, you know. Getting access to wealth is not going to be bad for you. Gives you potential to get to go for High Council as well alongside Minimic. Get some troops garrisoned. Worst comes to worst, you can send this and you know, as an infiltration to like Tech Negotiation or something and generate some troops. I think Sardaukar Legion is totally fine here. Obviously, we're looking for a bigger card than this, but I think it is what it is. I don't think there's any cards out there that I feel like I've got to deny to my opposition either. So Sardaukar Legion, I think, is totally fine to put that aside with the Signet Ring. But it's Minimic for me. I just don't really see what else to do here. You could limp into the combat. You're going to get like a Spice. Probably at most. Yuna, I think, is going to Carthag. So, yeah, I think this is the only... It's the only real move that can be taken here. Gunfopter turns up. She might end up grabbing Gunfopter instead. It's very possible. She might see her actually take that instead of Sardaukar Legion, but we'll see. Anyways, so that is taken. It peels off troop transports for Tezia Vernius, who is about to just cash in that as well next round. Man, what a start this is for Tezia here. Stars are aligning. This is a really positive start. I'd be absolutely dreaming this. Is there any reason for Tezia to get involved in this fight? I think the answer is a solid no. I don't see any reason to get involved here. Ship, bump up twice. Hopefully get access to shipping again next round. Grab troop transports and then work it out from there. The only problem you've got is your action economy is going to be a little bit struggling here. But it's not too bad. I mean, Beast is going to get his Swordmaster now. Yuna's going to get it next round. And Helena might end up getting it next round as well. With a wealth. She can just infiltrate Swordmaster next round too. So, wow. Beast uses his Signet Ring to do this. Interesting. So he's just going to look to make use of both daggers rather than spend that. Interesting. Picks up Secret Forces as an intrigue, by the way, from conspire. You're happy to settle with still suits and limping, which I would be too. Making the best of the situation. Happy to just concede the fight here to Beast, who's probably got to put in a couple of troops. I think one is a bit greedy. So Yuna with 6 persuasion. Could go Sardaukar Legion. Could take Thopter instead. I mean, I don't hate either one. Depends how you see it. Happy to go with Sardaukar Legion. Has a couple more to buy. Might take, like, I don't know what she might buy here. High Priority has some potential uses. But you've got to get hold of that second influence ASAP. And until they do, it's a bit awkward. So, don't know what Helena's going to do. She might go Freighter Fleet as well. With intentions, obviously, looking to get back to shipping. But it's not ideal, I don't think. You could go either way on it. I think getting it's fine. I think not getting it's okay. I think I'd rather take it than not, I guess. Because you just don't want anyone else having that, but it is what it is. Yuna won't be... Tesia will just grab high priority, I think. You don't have to. But I think it's totally fine to grab that. And you hope you don't peel off a card like In the Shadows. Now, Beast cannot get it. Beast... Oh, man. And Beast, because he uses Signet Ring, now he cannot get hold of this. So he's going to have to... so Yuna's going to... Yuna is going to get hold of In the Shadows here. Beast happy just to limp in the one troop. He thinks he's going to be okay here, and he is right. So, you know, fair enough. I think he would have been set with 2 spies as well. Save the troops. Go for some bigger other combats. Pick up In the Shadows is pretty nice. And Beast will take this down with the 2 swords. So, yeah, huge start for Tesia. Yuna in position to kind of, you know, not looking too bad. I think it's just Green is struggling here early. I think everyone else is reasonably happy with their beginning. Beast has got the early action economy. So we'll work it out from here. So Beast, we'll see what he picks up for his intrigue. Looks like a crit mission. That's a nice early game, you know. That can be useful. Pretty good card, so he'll take it. We'll move on. Next up is Hagar Basin. Oh, sorry, it's Hagar Basin. I looked at Hagar Basin, all the spice there. Is it Siege of Arrakis? First victory point conflict. Yuna is definitely going to be eyeing up Hagar Basin here. Looks very juicy. Looks very, very juicy. Tesia has not pulled great here. Tesia cannot, she was hoping to pick up 2 accesses, I think, to take Hagar Basin as well as ship. But she has not done so. Shipping's not any threat. No one can really ever infiltrate it, so she might... I don't think you have to go shipping immediately. It's in no danger. I would rather use, like, your Sikh allies or something here. Get that first. Unless there's something specific you're going for. The only reason I would be looking to go instead of shipping is if you've got intentions of trying to pinch the Mentat here. What is this? Yuna's going to give up interstellar shipping to make a block at smuggling? I don't know if this is necessary. I don't really know what this is particularly achieving. Just go up and down and get troop transports. Is this a little fancy? I don't know. It seems a bit of a weird move when troop transport's right there. I don't know why you don't just go up and down and take troop transports. I have no idea why you would, why you wouldn't just grab that there. It's just such an obvious take for you. A little bit surprised by that. Obviously felt the need to block there, but okay. Advanced weaponry is found. It could be pretty useful for it. Beast will steal suits immediately to get hold of the water. This is pretty simple, easy Beast play at the moment. Looking in good shape. Both daggers as well. Looking good for this conflict. Yuna's got to go Imperial Basin and buy my money. I think, especially once Beast goes the water, you have to block Hagar Basin. You've just got to get in there immediately. I don't think there's any debate. You're not in any danger for Swordmaster here. Helena can't get it. She's got no way of generating it. Hagar Basin for me. Get that spice together. Swordmaster with, like, your dagger or something. And then play it by ear. I don't know if I'd be grabbing Mentat immediately. You could do. You could probably make use of 4 actions. I don't hate going Calculated Eye straight away if you want to. Depends how you see it. It's a weird move from Tesia. I think Tezia might be eyeing up trying to go Mentating here. I've got a funny feeling. We'll see. So Yuna probably should just bump down, take the Talaxu Beetle. Doesn't seem a bad move to me. Yeah, seems totally okay as far as I'm concerned. I don't see why you'd want to bump down. Bump up, even. You generally bump up going for the specimen if you're going for something specific. Ah! And she is thinking of something specific. She's thinking of Pyta Genius Advisor who's turned up in the row because of the face on. And that's why she's doing it, because she is going to reveal before the beast here. That's what's going on. So I wonder what Yuna's plan is here. Is Yuna intending on giving up Swordmaster here and just going using the Signet Ring, perhaps? Kind of curious to see what the plan is from Yuna, but I'm not sure. It's interesting she's done that, but, like, if you're going Swordmaster, Beast is going to reveal before you anyways. So, it's kind of weird. Also, insane thing, by the way, the recruitment mission intrigue that the Beast Raban has can also be used for Talaxu cards. You may, any cards he acquires can go on top of his deck, and that includes Pyta. I'm pretty sure that Talaxu, it's a bit like the Spaceport tech, overrides the rules on with the Talaxu, that you usually have to get your first marker to top deck them. Something like Recruit Mission can definitely do it. I think Beast Raban might legitimately consider revealing early, depending on what Yuna does. And should definitely consider it. Helena has to go Wealth. She's a bit unlucky she hasn't got any council access, you know, to just get there immediately. A little unfortunate. Tessie's got a variety of options. I think I would prefer just, I would have preferred, like, using Seek Allies here, personally, but sure. Just gonna go Fold Space here to get hold of Swordmaster. Assuming that both Yuna and Helena are getting it, this round, but I'm not sure that either of them are. Yuna's saying that she's gonna be going Swordmaster here. But she's going to be giving up Pyta if she does, is the problem. I honestly think Beast is going to consider early revealing. She's going to pick up more spice. No reason not to. If you see Beast put in both troops right now, I think that's a telltale sign that he's going to go, he's looking to reveal early. He is going to bump up as well. He's going to threaten Pyta. So, it's a game of chicken here. Yuna's not willing to give up the Swordmaster for it. So Beast has the option revealing early for Pyta. And with Recruit Mission, I would be strongly considering it. Strongly considering it. Helena has one action. She's got 7 Persuasion at the moment. Awkward spot for this, Helena. It's been a real tough opening. Probably just go Carthag and work it out. I don't really see what else you can do here. Bad news for Tezia means that she's not going to get hold of Swordmaster, probably. Charisma is found. That's a nice draw there for Helena. So Tezia, with a couple, will just take Freighter Fleet. Yep, see no reason not to. Again, she should have just taken Troop Transports, whatever. Imperium Ceremony comes up here. Green, that's a pretty good card for. Beast is going to play his ring. So Yuna has the option of revealing for Pyta here. I think probably has to do so. You cannot let Beast have the combat and Pyta here. It's just so absurd. I think you have to reveal early and deny it. You got 5 Persuasion. You could rip the row. Fopter's not the worst card. Voice is fine. I think Yuna should be revealing here. I really think you should reveal and grab Pyta away. You can't let Beast have it. Beast has gone greedy, looking to take the conflict, end this as well. I think you got to deny it. You know you don't see Pyta if you don't do this. It's history. What else are you doing here? Your ring's no good. You could go Secrets, I guess. You could go Selective Breeding, I guess. But I think your hand is fine enough just to reveal, take Pyta, and rip the row. And look for a decent 4-5 coster. But I think she's eyeing up Selective Breeding here. To get rid of this dagger. I just feel it's sharper to just reveal and take this away from Beast. Beast with Pyta is just so absurd. It's so good. Yeah, and I think that's going to Atomics to see if there's a decent card to go for. It's not a great set of cards, unfortunately. But I think Yuna's still got to do it. Voice is still good. Maybe even voice Jessica Arrakis once on the Blue Moon. Talaxu Lab could be interesting for the Spice reveal. I think this is the right... I think Val has to reveal anyways. It's not a great row. But I just can't be allowing Piter to get to go to Beast here. It just seems so insane. But she is gonna allow it. I wonder if she's gonna use Calculated Higher to go selective here. I think that's what's gonna happen. Interesting. So, Helena with 6 Persuasion. Worm Riders is an option. Does have access to all cards here. Oh my god, I just realised. Yeah, I didn't see. She's got experimentation. So now red and blue both lose Piter. Because Helena's going to get it instead. Oh, even more reason that red should have revealed for it. I don't even think that green was still in a position to potentially have that. It's an auto take for green. There's absolutely no way you don't take that. So... never mind, I guess. Yeah, I missed that green had that there. I do apologize. It's so engrossed with red and blue. Crinogenes comes off next. Not great, really, for anyone. There's no real grafting about. Tessie's the only one with it, I guess. Takes voice. Has 4 Persuasion still. Spiritual Fervor turns up. Is it worth paying to get the extra research bump here? I don't hate it. But I think it's going to go Jessica Arrakis here, looking to try and get some really big card draw going. I don't like it particularly. I would rather take Missionaria because, you know, you can block stuff and you have Infiltration on Circles as Helena. So I think Missionaria, if you're going to go down this route, would be my pick. Because then you can voice and block other stuff, and then you can just Missionaria whenever you want. As long as voice is played third and get those bumps. I think that's better to me than the card draw. I know you've got Minimic, but surely the bumps is better. She might go both, and she does go both. Peels off Fadakin, peels off Throne Room Politics. And Throne Room Politics is probably going to Una here. Beast with 2 Persuasion. Still nothing to buy. Does have a recruit mission, but can't use it for anything. So what's Una going to do here? I assume Una's going Selective Breeding to trash this dagger. And using Calculated Higher. I assume that's what Una's intention is to do. Going Arakeen to that card draw tells me that I think that's what you're looking to do. But when Throne Room Politics is out there, it's tricky. You kind of don't want to give that up. Looking at the hand here, I think all cards here have some sort of persuasion. No one else is revealed, so I am going to go and have a look here. Oh, it's in the shadows the only thing that she could draw that doesn't have persuasion. She really wants Throne Room. She wouldn't draw it. Yeah, I can look at that because red's clearly looking and everyone else is revealed, so I don't feel any problem in looking at that deck there. So I might just take the 4 Persuasion for Throne Room and call it a day. It's a very, very good card, Throne Room. Very, very strong. And we'll indeed look to take that. So she's going to use that to try and absolutely bum rush the Bene Gesserit here. Takes Crinogenes as well. It's +3 money. I don't hate that, I guess. And we're going to move on here. Beast with is going to take this down. Helena with 4 money for his 2 troops. Should be pretty happy with this. Tessie Vernis is going to have to wait, I suspect, for... I don't even know if she's going to get to Mentat either. That might get taken by Una here. We'll see what happens in the next round. I think everyone will be fairly happy so far, but Helena's definitely kind of scrambling here. Definitely kind of scrambling. Round 4. Terrible Purpose is up next. Decent conflict. That trash right now could be pretty decent. So, let's get started with the round here. There's a sort of delay. So, Beast is just going to obviously just start absolutely jamming the Fremen Alliance. No reason not to. It's going to monopolize the water on the board. Makes total sense. Beast is, I think Beast is looking pretty solid here overall. Like, if I was playing this game as Beast, I'd be pretty happy. I'd be a little bit unhappy with the fact that Tezia's got some shipping early. But other than that, I'd be pretty happy overall. Yuna Muratani immediately blasts into Highlanders. Didn't even wait. Just immediately just gets stuck in. Wow. Just absolutely chucks it in here. It's belligerent from Yuna. Is she eyeing up Research Station here? I think she might be considering it. She's obviously threatening Great Flat in case Beast decides not to go there for whatever reason, or doesn't have access to get there for whatever reason. But yeah, that is a... Also, she needs to do this because she's obviously trying to push to get hold of the shipping access ASAP here. I think Research Station is coming, hoping to find her ring. I've got a funny feeling that's what's going on here. She's going to research... I think she's actually going to research down on the Talaxu track and try and pull her ring so she can get access to shipping instead of shipping next round. I think that's what Yuna's plan is here. Helena might as well Sword Master and keep that away from Tezia. I like doing it with the Sardaukar Legion here to garrison some troops up. You got enough decent cards to making use of anyway, so I think it's totally fine. I would even possibly consider high counseling this round immediately as well, just getting it done and dusted. That gets all of your council access done in one go. When you rock on from there, I think I would be doing this, Helena. You got to start Spice for slow buying. Maybe if no one goes, it takes the Mentat, consider that as well. But I think Helena Gia, if you can get through Swordmaster and High Council in one round, I think that's great. Gets it just done and dusted. You don't need to worry about it anymore. You got Charisma Hand as well, and you just start targeting Spiceless Flows. Tezzie's up. Tezzie's got a pretty decent hand, but it's a bit of a tricky hand. She wants free actions. I could definitely see Tessie Vernius going Mentat here with Signet Ring. And trying to greed instead of shipping. It's very unlikely that anyone can get in the way of shipping here. Very unlikely. Tessie Vernius is just going to go ahead and get the Dreadnought in immediately, so she's going in for combat. She's getting stuck in here. And is going to ask Yuna Muratani some questions. Is she going Hardy Warriors? And is she just going to absolutely bomb this? I think so. Yeah. Tessie's just going in. And Yuna probably can't believe this. This is absolutely insane here. She's like, what is happening? She's highlined immediately, and Tessie has come over the top of that. What an issue this is now for Yuna. Big problems. Beast will take 1,000,000 space. Yuna definitely was on Research Station. It's the thing sometimes. Like, I know, obviously, putting it all in, but I really think that you're better off just taking a staggered entry. Like, if Yuna puts in 3 of those units, and then Tessia does that, you save some troops. Now, how do you ever win this conflict? It's almost impossible. It's so difficult to win this. And your troops are already committed. And if Tessia, like, immediately puts down the Dreadnought, like, you can just save some troops there. You know, you're doing it to obviously try and ward off anyone saying, just don't get involved in this conflict, I'm just going to take this down. But sometimes people will just go at you like that. So, I think that's a bit of a potential error there. And I don't know what Yuna's option is now. She could go Basin first. With looking to get hold of Calculate Horror and keeping that Mentat away from Tessia. Tessia would love to get Mentat here. If she could. But obviously, if you do that, you are potentially giving up Research Station. And Yuna has... I really think Yuna's intention is to Research Station and find her ring. I just feel like that's 100% what she's trying to do here. The problem is, if you do it and you miss, you're in grave issues here. That's definitely what she's planning for. It's got all the cards. If you find Throne Room, you're okay with that. If you find the Benny Sister, I guess you're okay with that. But it feels like that's what Yuna's doing. So Yuna's got to decide what she's got to do here. I guess you don't have to worry about Mentat, but I just feel like Tessie's going there very, very often if Helena doesn't take it. Helena might just, like, men-tap Wealth High Council. I could definitely see that as a route for Helena to take here. I think Yuna just thinks... She just sees shipping here and just thinks this is too important. No! Arrakis! Saving the water, eh? Finds the dagger. Ah, okay. Yuna has no obligation to put any troops in right now. Helena's just going to fold space here, which seems reasonable, seeing that Yuna's obviously missed it. Tezia is now forced to go into the shipping. She wanted to just menta and then ship, but obviously that is no longer an option. I'd imagine to take advantage of the fact of the limited action economy that Tezia's got here. So Tezia is going to be... Yuna might be able to go Imperial Basin and Mentat and kind of see what Tezia... Tezia has no intrigues, remember. She's absolutely none, so she's playing totally face up here. If Yuna Moritani can find Imperial Basin and calculated higher, she might be able to find a way to win this. Beast is just going to reveal for 5. Make that 6. He's going to top deck Worm Riders. He's going for the Alliance here. No need to get involved with Carthag. I think this is a good move. You got 4 specimens. You might as well spend them somewhere. I think getting a beetle was fine. Stick Farm was also an option. But I think this is totally okay. So what does Yuna do here? I feel like Imperial Basin's the move. You want to get these experimentations done anyways. It gives you a reason to put the troop in. You could maybe even calculate higher immediately if you want to. You have to win this conflict. Tezia has no intrigues. Yeah, this is the move here. So Tezia... Should Tezia have given up interstellar shipping to make certain of this win? And just go in at Carthag and just put in all of her troops? Maybe that was a mistake. Did she get too greedy? I think Yuna should probably just bump up here and then bump up and top deck like Slick Farmer or something. Get that genetic marker going. Opts to go for the trash. Trash is recon. I would have considered going for Slick Farmer. It's a great card for you. And Tezia Vernius has gone in heavy. He's not going to get much for this. This Hardy Warriors plan has kind of backfired. He is High Council for Helena. 2, 4, 5, 6. She's got 6 persuasions as it is. Potentially 8 if she wants it. I would have considered actually using a ring and just trying to shuttle off a card from the road just to try and find like a big 6, 7, 8 coster. So Tezia Vernius is going to lose this conflict here. It's a disaster. I think she's going to use this to bump downwards to get ready for her Swordmaster. Because she's the only person to get it, so it just gets it prepared and ready to go, so she doesn't have to worry about that. And potentially getting blocked off from money generation. So I think it's a solid move here. Yuna manages to get there just about. She's got a couple of persuasion. I don't know if she'll buy anything. I don't know if she should buy anything. Probably would just go for the beetle now, I would imagine, and does. Nothing else to do here. So Helena's got 6. Eyeing up Embedded Agent. Looks very strong with the Bene Gesserit in hand, like Voice and such. Voice, the big enabler, and surely Embedded Agent is going to be the plan here. And it is. Opulence turns up the row. It's a very powerful card, that. Very good. So nothing to be done here. So Yuna gets the win. Tezia goes in heavy. Only a water and a spice to show for it. Will be very disappointed there. Maybe just getting a... Maybe he should have considered just giving up into the shipping for a round, knowing that it was going to get cut off here. And maybe she should have just gone Carthag and bombed it. I think that was an error. Tezia stumbling a little bit here. Is going to have to recover here. Round 5 is more victory points. Imperial Basin now. Very, very desirable conflict this, for all sorts of reasons. Yuna's up first. She's got the money for Signet Ring. Carino is in hand. I don't hate just going well first here. You don't have shipping access. Nothing you can do about it. Carino could be fine. Carino into Signet Ring. And then you kind of play it as you see it. I don't hate that. Is anyone else going wealth before you is the question. Now, we know the answer to that question is no, but is anyone else possibly going to wealth before you? With open draws. Beast has not found... He has not found a faction access at all. So no Fremen, no Highliner, nothing. Beast's going to be pretty disappointed with his draw here. He's going to have to try and scramble to improve the situation. Yuna might just also just Signet Ring immediately. It's kind of weird though, you've got that shipping bump at smuggling doing not very much. She might just smuggle down shipping. And just kind of garrison up. No, opts to go Haga Basin. I think that's also fine. Is conspiring coming in Yuna's future here? She might be conspiring with Carino Janes. Bumps up with the Emperor. I think that's pretty telling. I think that's an alliance she's gonna go for. I don't know if I'd be putting this in right now. I don't see any reason to. It does. It's gonna grab the Mentat immediately. Not allow Tesia to just live off that. Seems good to me. So, Yuna, I think, is going conspiring here. I've got a funny feeling. Helena is completely resourceless. She's got Missionaria and she's got Jessica Arrakis, but no voice. One can enable the other, but not both. Helena has to ship here, obviously. Does she ship with Arrakis with it to use Missionaria here? Feels bad not to use experimentations, though. This is the only problem with Helena's hand here. If she doesn't draw voice first and it kind of draws awkwardly, you get put in these weird positions. That's the only issue Helena's got with this. Like, would I use experimentation or Jessica to go shipping and use Jessica so I can get the free faction bump with Missionaria? It's pretty close. But you've got to think how you're going to get hold of this Talaxu point. You've got Paita in hand. That does help. But it's still tricky. I feel like I would rather use experimentation here, personally. But I don't hate using Jessica to get the bump with Missionaria. Kind of depends how you see it. I mean, to go down this deck route, I guess, and then not do it feels not great. Is Jessica's two swords going to be useful here? Do you have any realistic chance of winning the conflict? Does opt for Jessica Arrakis here. So, Missionaria will be used. Players will probably know that's coming. Tesia is going to go smuggling here. And I think you might see some Highline action. Guild Accord is in hand. She might also just reveal it for a load of resources. I'm unsure what Tesia's going to do here. Her hand's not great, truthfully. Second Snooper tokens be accessed with the Hardy Warriors. That gives her a bonus water. Tesia is still in a very good spot, I think, overall. Even though I think the last round was a little bit of an overreach. Has got to recover from that, but I think her start was so strong that it's not even that big a deal. Is Tesia Vernius going detonation devices once in a blue moon here? Probably not a sacrifice of Swordmaster, but curious to see what she might consider doing with high priority. Is she ever going to Guild Accord this? She could Guild Accord it and just garrison a load of troops and get more water, and because you can use your Signet Ring to shift away from that to enable your other factions. That's always an option. I think I'd be bumping the Bene Gesserit here, personally. Yep. Seems the right move to me. So I think Guild Accord might well be coming here. Beast detonations. Yep, makes sense. Beast is going to put the pedal down here and is going to start absolutely just going for this. Worm Riders. You've got a lot of strength here. Vicious Talents is only worth the 2 swords currently. That will be worth more once experimentation is played. Beast feels they've got to start accelerating here, and they're probably right. Yuna's got 3 actions. I probably would go selective breeding now if you're going to do it. Kind of can't really let that pass around for another round. I think this is pretty much needed, so... Selective breeding it is. What do you trash? Do you trash a dagger out your hand, or was there a dagger in your discard? No, your dagger's already out, so it's either your dagger or what are you trashing? Alright, we are getting back on. We unfortunately have picked the wrong day to play. Steam is not doing 100% today, so it is what it is. So it is red to continue with their selective breeding. Yeah, just do your cards. As they were about to, yeah, trash and draw. Well, foreign politics is found. Don't think they'll be playing it, but I'm unsure. So Helena's up. What does Helena want to do here? 6 persuasion, 8 with charisma. I think Arrakis is solid. You could Arrakis with intentions of tech negotiation, buying Spice's Flow. Opulence is out there, though, which is pretty attractive. You wouldn't expect Tezia to get hold of it. Beast is not likely to get hold of it. He's got Worm Riders in hand. Yuna might get it, though. Opts to go Carvag instead. I think I'd like the card draw here, personally. But she might look to just Signet Ring Opulence out herself, possibly. That might be happening. We'll see how this is going to go down. Yeah, she might actually just Carfag this and then just Opulence. Yeah. And then, yeah, Signet Ring, Tech Negotiation, pull out Opulence, just get it that way. But I think Arrakis I slightly prefer here. Just to make it a little bit easy. You want to be using these experimentations. You're way behind on this. It's going to opt to go Carfag instead. Reinforcements is found. It's a great intrigue, but she has no money for it. So takes the bump with the Fremen to get the siege point here. Green has got a lot of work to do, however. Just going to limp in the 1 troop. Feels kind of bad. I think, yeah, trying to just edge out unit here is the point. They're not intending to actually win this. So Tezia is going to just, yeah, get their Swordmaster. They can deploy or draw with this card, and I assume they will deploy, and they are going to. So Dreadnought and Troop will go in for sure. And they're hoping to get somewhere with Recon here, which they probably will. So Beast is going to have to fight for this. Beast has to decide right now what he wants to do. He's got Secret Voice in the hand, which he can't use. He needs to make sure he uses experimentation, possible sorts of vicious talents, but figures maybe Worm Riders and just Force is going to be enough here. Is Tezia Vernis going Guild Accord, though? It's still an option. Research Station taken by Beast here to get the +2 here. Finds Glimpse the Path. It's a great card for him. And Tezia Vernis is going to have to ask themselves the question what they intend to do here. Are they Guild According? Or do they just reveal? If they've got City Access, I'd probably just wait for City and Blast. But we'll see what happens. Yuna's up. A couple of actions still to go. Wealth just feels like a good move here with Carino Jeans. I think if you've got it in hand, you should use it. The issue she's got, though, she also wants to use experimentation first, just to get it done. So I think I'd probably go Imperial Basin first, and think that people going Wealth is not excessively likely. If they do, it's not a disaster either. Like, it's only Carino Jeans going there. It's not a disaster. I think Imperial Basin is more important. I want to get that spice, and I want to get that experimentation in as well. I think it's too important. There's only 1 access to it there, and it's very possible that you might not get it. Helena might go there. Beast might go there. I know you want to go Wealth, but I think experimentation is more likely to disappear. That's definitely the 2 moves Yuna wants, but I don't think she's going to see Basin here. I think it's the wrong way around. And might well get punished for this, I suspect. Helena's up then. So, tech negotiation. Opulence works. Arrakis, Opulence works. I think you've got to kind of put your... You've kind of got your bets here behind Opulence here. You've got to try and pick up a point with it. I think it's kind of mandatory. So it depends if you want to go Arrakis or go Tech Negotiation. I think I'd probably prefer Arrakis, truthfully. The troop's better for you than... well, it depends what you're going to do tech-wise. You could go up and down for trope transports. You could go up and down with a negotiator to trash with disposal facility. I don't hate that. Might put a troop negotiator down with looking to go disposal facility next round. And I think that's going to be the plan here. And it is indeed. So Opulence is going to be removed. Feels like this is probably the right move here. And I would put that well, you don't have to... Negotiate is optional, by the way. It's not mandatory, but this just seems pretty... Seems correct. So he's just about able to afford up Opulence. And Tezia is going to blast. She figures she can't allow this. Give yourself the 2 spies. Otherwise it won't work. So Guild Accord is in. And Tezia Avernus is going to absolutely blast here, figuring cannot allow Beast to win this and get 2 victory points. And you know what? Completely right. How much do you put in, though? You've no intrigues, and Beast has 3. You know he's got Worm Riders. You know he's got it. So he's got plus 4 swordsmen, so he's at minimum 7. 3 intrigues, say one of them. He's probably at like about 11 strength at this moment in time. And could put in more forces. So she absolutely blasts. My God. It was the right move. Because Hardy Warriors is on the table. And Hardy Warriors is coming as well. I don't think Beast can win it, though. 3, 7, 9... Worm Riders is 13. Vicious Talents is 17. So Tezia Avernus had to put in all of these forces to stop Beast from winning this conflict. It's absolutely insane. But it's a definite problem for Beast here. He needed this combat point, and he's going to be denied it. So it's Hardy Warriors for sure. And I guess you just garrison up. It's... Oh my God, it's plus 6 swords now for Worm Riders, though. 9, 15. Worm Riders is... But it's a miscount, surely, this. Worm Riders is 15, and Vicious Talents is 19. Yeah, he's realized he can't win it. He's realized he cannot win it. The best he can do is tie. And why would he ever do that? So, Tezia Avernus absolutely sends everything in, but it was needed. That's how much potential Beast has here. Beast is put in anyways! What? Wow, he's just gonna tie Tezia here? What is... This is... Wow, this seems really unnecessarily aggressive. Why would you put them all in here? Has he just miscounted? Am I missing something? I don't know, kids. But he cannot win this conflict, so... I don't know why Beast put them all in. He could have just put one in and called it a day. And Tezia's got a dagger in hand. It gets her to 20. Yuna finds a way to Imperial Basin anyways. So, fortunate for her. But I did think a lot of the time that probably goes missing. Tezia is surely going to take this down. Helena takes Opulence, as noted. And there's 6 swords here. Unless I'm missing something, I don't see how Beast can win this. He can't get an intrigue from the Talaxu. Yeah. I don't know why Beast felt the need to go so heavy here. He couldn't win it. Seems unnecessary. He has saved at least a couple of troops here. Did he want the 2 water that badly? Maybe? I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Can't even force a tie. Was he really willing to just go in this heavy just to force a tie with Tezia Avernus? I guess so. Well, carnage regardless here in round 5. Yuna with 3 to buy. She's eyeing up Talaxu Lab. Eyeing up possibly space travel as well. I don't hate space travel for Yuna here. 2 persuasion's good. She still needs to find a visit with the... She just needs to pick up with Bump with the Spacing Guild eventually. I don't hate space travel. And does go for it. Your deck's not that big. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. So, heavy hand is from Hershey. Yellow's hoping for dear God they're good. And they are. Crazy. So Yuna gets the win. It's a massive, massive battle, this. Really huge. But he still has plenty of resources left behind. But yeah, what a Gilded Court that was. Absolute clutch. Great stuff. Round 6. It's no more victory points. Trade Monopoly is next. I suspect Red will be very interested in this conflict here. Yellow would want a piece of this too. I mean, everyone's got reasons to want a piece of this, actually. This should be interesting. It's Green up first. Green's got Piter in hand. Has the troop in garrison. So, I would imagine we'd see Piter get used probably first. Might use experimentation. Depends how you see it. I think I'd just be using Piter, though, and just spend that troop for the 2-card draw. You've got to start buying Spiceless Flows here as Green. Green is really starting to fall behind now. You've got to start scoring. You're a long way behind in this game. You've got no real potential of getting any alliances here either. Red is so ahead in the two lesser fought for tracks, so Green's gonna have to rock and roll here. Has to buy a Spice you feel like pretty much every single round, and he's gonna have to find some points elsewhere as well. I think this is very difficult for Green to win this. Tessia Vernius has drawn weirdly as well. She's still got a Seek Allies card, which she hasn't used. Twice she's pulled it alongside the Initiate. Full space in hand as well. Beast redraws Worm Riders with his ring and Fremenkamp. So Beast might just look to just boss this combat and just look to cash in with a smuggling later on to find... Because the only problem is Beast is kind of struggling with his friendships elsewhere. And even the Fremen Alliance isn't that safe. So Beast probably needs to get this, A, to keep away from other people, and B, just so he can smuggle and get a faction bump in. And the troops will be useful as well. He might even take money for High Council so he can get Secret Force active. I don't know. And Yuna refined Space Travel, Rings in hand, Diplos in hand. It's a pretty good hand as well. She picked up a Gruesome Sacrifice from the Talaxu in the last round. I forgot to show that one off as well. So, I'd still think this game's pretty close. I don't know who's favorite here. Like, Tessia and Beast are probably... It's between those two, you'd think, at the moment. But Yuna's there or thereabouts. Helena has potential, but she needs the game to go long. Alright, so we're carrying on here. Steam continuing to be a bit fiddly today. So, we do see shipping. We'll take Piter here and use it. Piter, you can use the ability before you actually take the shipping. If you so desire. So we'll draw a couple of cards. Sardaukar Legion's really nice for shipping, by the way, to allow you potential deployment without even going to a space. It's pretty sweet. So up and down, I think I would be going for disposal. True Transports isn't really that useful to you anymore because you've got Sardaukar Legion. I don't think the extra troops really that worth it. Disposal facility for me, you've got to start buying sources of flows. I think Helena just has to start taking chances here. You've got, what, 10 Persuasion at the moment? And Charisma is in hand as a backup for, like, future rounds. Yeah, for me, I think Helena's got to go Disposal. I think just has to buy Spice of Throw every single round. If you can do that, that's 3 bonus points. Your 2 Friendships is 7. Talaxu point is 8. And then I'm not too sure. Maybe you make a punt for, like, an alliance here. I'm really unsure. We'll see what happens. But I do think Helena has got to take Disposal Facility instead of Troop Transports. They haven't yet taken a resource. They could also take Spice for potentially restricted. And they do! Wow. That is very bold. That is a very brave choice. In the face of Beast with this arsenal, Hold on Engine turns up, which is probably what she wants, funnily enough. Wow, that is an insane decision for Helena. That is so brave. Fair play. It's not going to die not trying, sort of thing. It seems a mountain to climb here at this point. Tessie, I imagine, will just use this with Face Dancer Initiate. No? I mean, why not? I guess just wanted to make the spice first, I guess. That's totally fine. Okay, fair enough. So he's going to have to just trash away here, of course. So Beast, no faction access here. At all. Not the first time I've said that either. Beast is going to have to obviously just go for the Signet Ring here and just absolutely has to win this conflict. There's no question about that. I think they need to get these friendships. There's no... Unless they fluke their way into spy satellites. Spectre Research Station will start and is... There's the Diplo. Beast can't yet get the Talaxu spice. They're going to bump down to give themselves best chance of an experimentation, though. That's clearly going to be part of the plan. They have the Alliance. They don't need to put any troops in right now. I mean, I'd put in at least the Dreadnought. There's no reason not to put the Dreadnought in. There's absolutely no reason not to put the Dreadnought in. The troops is up to you. I'd put in at least one, probably. And just tell people, yeah, I am going to go for this. You know, Helena, once Helena takes restricted ordnance, it's kind of a declaration. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the right choice for Helena to do that. I really am not sure. That was a brave choice of restricted ordnance. It's going to put pressure on Beast here. Beast, in a way, almost didn't want to pull Diplo, though. I think he would have preferred to keep hold of that for next round for Highliner. He doesn't have a way of getting there now. And Highliner is a place that he definitely would want to hit. Could get lucky with a redraw, but it's not excessively likely, and I don't think he has any other access to Spacing Guild. Yuna's up. Yuna again has the option of possibly just smuggling and cashing in, which is what she's going to do here. Yeah, this seems totally fine. Might even bump up the Emperor here. Bit wary of Helena's bump on that faction, just to take it. She needs 4 faction bumps. She needs, in theory, a bump with each faction is potentially worth a point. I would definitely be taking Emperor here. And you just take the other 3 kind of as you see it. You might well get to fold space. You're threatening, you know, Still Suits looks good for you. Like, Yuna's able to cash, is able to score a lot of points here. Yuna's problem is she's got to make sure she gets hold of the, she's got to get hold of the Talaxu point, which means she has to gruesome sacrifice. She can't do it right now, of course. She's not deployed. We're not in a deployable area, but I assume her troops will go in so she can gruesome them, and then use that alongside the experimentation in order to get hold of Talaxu point next round. I would assume that that is going to be the plan here. Still Suits would be great. You know, lot of nice choices here for Yuna. So Helena's got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10 persuasion. And it's not even counting charisma. What does Helena want to do here? Does she want to go wealth for reinforcements? With like fold space or something? It's going to make you really tricky. Because you're going to have 14 strength on reveal. With reinforcements and Sardaukar Legion. The problem is that Beast could have a lot of strength as well. Like, he's got back into Worm Riders, which is reasonably likely, you know, that he's got that back. If he does, it's +6 swords, which is basically your reinforcements card. The other issue you've got is you're not revealing before him. So, there's problems here for Helena. Helena would love to wait this out. But I don't think she can wait it out and get hold of Mentat. And use reinforcement. I don't think she can do both. So, Helena's got to decide what she wants to do. I do feel like wealth is fine. And I feel like I wouldn't want to use Sardaukar Legion in this fight. But going wealth is a weird looking move. The other option you've got is you could just bomb the Bene Gesserit here. And you could just put maximum pressure. So look, our Legion's going to go to Wealth instead. Now, that is interesting. So he's going to take the extra troops here instead. That is interesting. Is she going to pull the trigger now? Unsure. Tessie is going to go Secrets. Third Snooper. So she gets the double bump with the faction. Tactician is found, so not a bad card for her. Tessie's in danger here of stalling out a little bit, to be truth be told. This is not the easiest spot for Tessie Vernius now. She's under a lot of pressure here. And the other issue she's got no way of getting ready for Highliner next round. Unless she pulls Gildercord. And the problem is, it's in her discard, so it's not coming. Beast grabs the Talaxu in the space. Down at Imperial Basin. Una does go Steel Suits, as suggested. She's going to put in the 2 to Gruesome. So what does Helena do? Hardy Warriors, Reinforcements, Restricted Ordnance, and you shut your eyes. It is definitely on. It's scary. It's very scary. But she might talk herself into this. The problem is Beast is sitting on Fremen Camp and Worm Riders, which is hideous. If Beast wants to win this fight, he can. He can go up to like 25 swords here if he wants. But Helena might talk herself into Hardy Warriors here. She's got 9 persuasion exactly. So whatever she does, she's got to use fold space, realistically, to save charisma for another round. Wherever she goes. But where is she going? Secrets is no good. She can't get there. Selective reading she can't afford. Fold space seems a waste. She might well talk herself into Hardy Warriors here. And while Beast can win it, it's going to come at a cost here. I think she's going to talk herself into this. With Reinforcements and Restrictive Ordnance, it's... Oh, this is going to be really nasty. And she does! She does! I don't even particularly hate the move. But we know there's a lot of problems coming. Steam continues to be fun and games here. It's fine, carry it, finish off your round. But yeah, Green talks themselves into this. They feel they've got to take the barrel. They got to barrel it now. Sure, they're going to put in all 4 here. Like, you have to commit. If you're going to do this, this is just full committance. Oh my god, I've just seen Helena pulled... Oh my god, Helena pulled the dagger. Wow, so she almost missed out the Spiceless Flow there. Wild. So if anyone's asking what's going on here, I'll put this into the video as well. So sometimes when you load into a TTS mod, when there's cards in shown people's hands, sometimes like the protection zones for like the hands, so that other people can't see them, don't load quickly enough so that you could load in like at this table and see everyone's hands very briefly. So you put everyone's cards face down on the table, it protects against that. It reads that the card is face down. And so before anything else, so it won't show any cards in the hands. But if you leave them in the hands here, like yellow could potentially see other people's information. So it's just better safe than sorry for a competition to do this. It's just a degree of protection. It's just a better way of doing things. So you know, it's not saying it's even guaranteed to happen, but I have seen it happen before. So it's just being safe basically. We continue on here. I've got so much editing to do in this video. I'm not looking forward to this. So Tessia is up. I don't quite know what she's doing. Is she going to save fold space for next round? I guess. At this point. I assume fold space is getting saved. But where's Tessia Vernius going with this? That's the next issue. Like, I don't know quite where she's going. If she's going faction, then it's Conspire or Selective. And is going to go selective, even. How many cards you got to draw? 7? Okay, I guess that's fine. Ooh. No, that's a nice find. So Tesia can trash and draw 3, effectively. If she so desires. Yellow is allowed to draw the 1 card for fold space if they want. They can even choose the fold space as the trash card for selective if they so desire. They're not obligated to do so. So, Tesia draws furtively, which is quite nice. Sets her up for instead shipping next round. She's going to trash the dagger out of her hand here, which I think I don't hate that. Pulls the ring and pulls spiritual. That is 2 cards she did not want to see because there are other experimentations in there as well. Oh my god. Oh, she's got no fold space coming. I didn't know if Tesia did or not. I thought like she might actually miss out on shipping here. So Beast is gonna highline here. He feels he's got to do it now because he's not going to draw it again here. Needs the faction bump. So Helena will have to. Helena's got to call it a day here. Has to know that Beast has an absolute bucket ton of swords if he's not putting in enough troops here. She might still talk herself into reinforcements of the problem, but like, yeah. Bit awkward, this. Man, I am so not looking forward to editing this video at all. So, how many troops is Blue putting in here is the question. Blue has to go for both conflicts, I feel, here. I think they feel they've got to win this, and they've got to win the next conflict as well, so they're going to go for it. Yuna just folds spaces here. Makes sense. So, Yuna scored pretty decently. Oh, and pulls in the shadows as well. Wow. So, Yellow's going to have more competition than they like for this alliance here. And Yellow and Red's got all the reason in the world to bomb it, which means Tesia's going to feel how she has to defend, but she's got memo quarters, so interesting to see what Tesia's going to do here. Bet she wishes she didn't draw the signet ring now. Bit awkward, this. This is tricky. So, Helena, what does she want to do here? She's got the spice must flow. Does she talk herself into reinforcements? Potential sunk cost fallacy here. She thinks better of it. That's a wise pass there from Helena. That's a wise, wise pass. Good decision. So Blue's had to, you know, pay a lot for it. Blue is going to be somewhat struggling, I think, to win this next conflict. If someone else can get the high line before Beast does, I think she might be. I think there could be some struggle here. Tesia to reveal. Shipping bump ready for next round. She can take a Talaxu bump here as well with her 3rd beetle, which means if she can find an experimentation, it's just a straight Talaxu point. There's no reason to urgent mission right now. There's nowhere to go with it, really. You buy anything with free persuasion? Could maybe take the Death Commando just for potential free swords once in a blue moon. I don't hate taking the Death Commando here, actually. Bear in mind, the face down to initiate does count as Fremen Bond. That could be useful later on. Beast has got no actions. So there it is, +7 swords. So Helena realizing that they charged a price, which is good. They made Beast have to pay for this, which is, you know, which is good. It's best they could do here. Beast is going to gamble at 4 and try to hope to find something decent. Well, there's good cards. Plan Coupling, Peddler, but Occupation, Engineer, and Talaxu Master are all out there, and they can't get any of them. No one can get them. Yuna also can't get it. Oh no, blue has got 5. If friendly camp's 2 persuasion, I forgot. My apologies, but then, yeah, just grab TM, I guess. You might get a reveal out of it. I don't know if it's that useful to you, but, I mean, it's better than a kick in the teeth. But it's not like anyone else will get a ton of use out of it. So goes for plan coupling first. So that, it looks like there's potential Spiceless Float buying is being intended here. Also just needs the faction access desperately, so I don't hate not taking TM here. It's a bit late in the day. So Yuna is going to get the bump and the extra intrigue here. Ooh, finds illicit dealings. Well, that's actually good, but also not good. It's kind of weird, actually, because Gruesome Sacrifice was obviously going to get used with the specimens to pay for the actual taxel bump, but now it's like... Yeah, this isn't really the best pick, isn't really the best draw, funnily enough, here. I wonder if Yuna might actually take the reward now and not use Gruesome. I think I'd probably still use Gruesome, though. It just feels like... The intrigue or water here, I don't feel like a big deal. I don't know. I think we'll still see Gruesome. So Helena's nothing. Wisely didn't get drawn into reinforcements. Red's got the decision. Red does decide to just Gruesome it and call it a day. I think that's totally fine. And we'll move on here. So it's a massive round 7. Blue must win it, whatever it is. Blue cannot afford losing this. What is blue doing? What is blue doing? They got detonation devices! What? I can't tell them they got detonation devices. Is it mandatory? It's May. What on earth? Wow. Why is blue not detonating their dreadnought here? They get a troop out of Imperial Basin, fortunately, but... What on earth? And it's too late now. I have no idea why blue didn't detonate their dreadnought there. I don't honestly know. I haven't got a clue. Are they playing to, like, win the next 2 conflicts? I got nothing. So Tezia's ships, obviously, has to protect her Bene Gesserit alliance. I don't know. I'd have to ask Beast why he didn't detonate that. Has he just forgot that he's got detonated? He can't do. It's right there. How would you ever forget that in a competition setting? Surely not. Seems baffling. Beast surely is going to use his... Oh, dear. And now he's seen it. Oh, no. Well, this is awkward. Well... This is up to the table to sort out what they want to do here. Technically, I have a feeling I'm going to get called into this. Yeah, this is unfortunate. But I can't tell Blue. It's not mandatory, so I can't tell him and remind him he's got it. I'm not allowed to do that. Oh, this is kind of brutal, this. I mean... Probably should just let them detonate it, really. But it's not my decision to decide either way. It's not a strict rules question. So, a pretty unfortunate situation for blue here. Unfortunately, it's not a strict rules question. It's a may. It's not a mandatory detonate. So, there's not a lot I can really do about this, unfortunately. You know. Tay was given the opportunity to let him detonate devices, and everyone needs to agree to allow it to happen, and unfortunately, that is not what's occurred, so there's nothing I can do about it. It is a situation that is taken out of my hands. So what are you going to do? So we move on then. So Beast now has to win 2 combats in a row. And that is just simply where we're at here. And this is going to be really difficult. But yeah, it's like, again, if it was like something mandatory and people forget their research or someone's got a bump, they've acquired not taking it, then I have to tell them on the spot because it's a mandatory award, they have to take it. But If it's anything that says May, I'm not obligated to get involved. It's up to the table to decide. So, Yuna brutally steals the Bene Gesserit alliance from Yellow here. It's a savage steal, trashing in the shadows with the Bene Gesserit sisters. So Yellow's in absolute dire straits now. And Red has now gone favourite. I suspect Helena's going to go ahead and block the Mentat spot here with voice. Oh, yeah, you do need to take your research. Yeah, that's mandatory. So, yeah, Blue forgot to take the research. I think that's totally fine. Is what it is. A lot's happened in this game. So, Secret Forces is gone. Double Cross is picked up there. That's actually a nice one for them. But yeah, it has been a bit of a complicated game, this, so I know that. Like I say, I've got to edit all this, so Helena going smuggling. Oh, of course, to enable an embedded agent looks pretty good to me. So I imagine she'll block up Mentat here, because Calculated High has already been spent, so the Mentat is totally safe. There's no weirding way to get around that for some weird way. So, yep, needs to actually press the button, of course. There we go. But yeah, this is really, really tough for Blue now. Really tough for Blue. To be fair, I don't know if Beast was really in a position to get hold of another Dreadnought this round. So it might sort of work out for them. But they have to win this fight, and they have to win the next one, you'd feel. And that's really difficult, because now Highliners are coming. And now it's going to get really, really ugly for Blue, this. Tessia Verni is just arming up. Guild Accord's on its way. She's going to be able to highline this round. She can probably highline next round, too. There's the Talaxu point. This is getting really, really bad. What is Beast going to do here? Beast with 7 persuasion. Beast somehow needs to, make everything happen here, and it looks so difficult. Do you just go secrets with the dagger? Do you go secrets with experimentation, maybe? 7 persuasion. I don't see any way to get hold of Spice Must Flow here. Research Station sure wasn't great. I think they're just going to go secrets. And even the Throne Alliance is not particularly safe here. Blue's game is coming completely undone before our eyes. Yeah, this feels really bad. This feels really, really bad. And I don't know what Blue's going to do here. It's going to take some effort to win this game from here now. What Water Union's found, it's not particularly useful, truth be told. They take the spice. No intention of going for the second Talaxu point. They pour the other experimentation. That's actually nice. They can use that to turn into troops at the Talaxu. Yuna just protecting her alliance. Thing is, Yuna's still got to score some points here, and that's the problem. She can score a Talaxu point, gets her to 8. Where's these other points coming from? That's the problem here. Yuna's got a healthy lead. Tessia's still got potential to score. She's got a friendship to get. Memo Corders are still there. Here comes Helena, obviously, with the embedded. Taking the Mentat. Loads of shipping here. This is really good for her. Hello, Piter. The Genius Advisor pings into the deck at the absolute optimum time here. Maybe Helena's going to be able to take advantage of this carnage and start managing to do something here. But it's really hard for her as well. I think this game is destined for at least 8 rounds. Maybe even 9. We could be here for a while yet. Do it manually here. Because you're not at that space, technically. There we go, yeah. Because they haven't got to do it manually via that. So up and down. Where did he take the bump? Just bump Bene Gesserit. You gotta bump Bene Gesserit. Or do you go Fremen? Do you try and threaten this Fremen alliance? It's really hard to, because Beast a lot of the time has Steel Symmetry in his hand, or Diplo. Oh my god. Oh, he's going for it. Bed's gonna go for it. This is so insane. Surely you can't. Surely you've got to go Bene Gesserit. Fremen seems so insane. Blue's trying to say go for Red's alliance, but I don't see how Red's ever losing the Emperor here. They've got nowhere else to put their bumps. Blue's trying to talk them out of it. They are in a voice call. Everyone but Red is in a voice call. I think Green's got to take Bene Gesserit here. 100%. I do not think Fremen. I don't think Fremen is such a liberty, and I don't believe without intrigue help. I don't think the Emperor is ever viable. Garrisoning the troops right now isn't doing much for you either, because you've got like reinforcements. I think Bene Gesserit's the way to go. Blue's trying to talk them desperately into going for Red here, but Helena should not listen to this. I think Bene Gesserit, just get the friendship. They're chatting away here. Helena, if she gets the water, she's going research station. The problem is that she's still way behind on Talaxu, and she's still got to get this friendship. You need to use Piter Junior's advisor to, like... I mean, you could go Fremen with intentions of research station and Piter. But I don't see how you ever get the Bene Gesserit alliance if you don't take this bump now. Where are you going to get these two bumps from? You're not shipping anymore. Diplo's coming, I guess. You'll probably get access to one of the faction spots. But I don't see how you get two. Unless you use an experimentation, you'd have to commit to Piter, research station, and experimentation, and the faction hit to get there. It's the only way you'd ever get hold of the Bene Gesserit alliance. I don't know if it's worth it. The other issue Helena's got, she's got to buy Spice Must Flow here. She's at 6 persuasion currently. You take out Recon and Piter, that's 4. So she's going to draw 4 cards. She might need it to, like, get the spices. I know she's got charisma, but you want to save that as long as possible. You'd rather draw for it now and miss. It's the tricky spot. It depends how Ben sees it. Remember, of course, it's only the winners go through. 5 of the best scoring 13 second places. There's a lot to fight for here. Again, Yuna looks pretty decently positioned here, but the truth is, I don't see how she scores many more points in this game. Talaxu's 8. Takes the Bene Gesserit in the end. I think this is probably the right call. I feel like this is probably the right decision. After all of that, seems correct. Tezia Vernis is up. Does she highline? I think she was looking to go Wealth. Red's blocked it. Does she highline? She does. It's all going in. And this is the problem for Beast here. His deck's pretty good, but it's just sheer weight of numbers. I don't see how Beast is going to be able to overcome all of this. All goes in. The detonation was unfortunate, but truth be told, if he actually hadn't have put the Dreadnought down, it would have been a 4-sword swing against him. Hardy Warriors comes in. I have no idea why Beast didn't use Steel Suits Manufacturer there. I have absolutely no idea why they didn't use Steel Suits Manufacturer. I guess it doesn't matter, particularly. I still would have done so. I mean, you just get the water back. Don't know why I didn't use Steel Suits Manufacturer. I think Blue is a bit frazzled. I guess they've also got Water Peddlers Union, so they're just trying to mislead their opponents here. That's what he's trying to do here. He's got the water from water peddlers, so he's trying to just mislead. So Yuna's up. This is the problem. What do you do? Looking at the Talaxu track, trying to work out what is the route. Is there any chance they could maybe try and get hold of this second Talaxu point? I don't think it's on. Gonna take High Council, figuring Spice Must Flow is probably going to be needed next round, which I think is true. I don't know where Yuna's last 2 points are coming from. I'm really unsure. Playing with a couple of actions here. Where's Pyder going? Pyder can only go to Basin. And Pyder should go to Basin to just limp a troop in. It's so much spice on offer. Helena can't win this, surely. Is Helena going to talk herself into this? Imperial Basin, Carthag, Reinforcements, Tactician. Oh my god. That's like, what, 23 strength? Or something? Signet ring found. Ooh, that's going to tempt her. 2 force. That's 8 persuasion. So charisma will probably get the job done here. Shadowy Bargain is found. That's actually pretty good for her. That takes the pressure off having to get hold of the Bene Gesserit to get hold of the last Talaxu point. That is now done and dusted. Does not have to worry. So it's actually a really good result for Helena. I would probably just play Charisma now, personally. Just in case, like, Blue has some crazy urgent recall secrets nonsense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've got 9 persuasion in hand right now, actually. They might save it. We'll see what happens. Tessie events has urgent mission. The problem is, there's nothing really to do with it. So, it's just going to have to save it for next round. Doesn't look like they're going to win this conflict. Here comes the double cross. Now, is Green going to talk themselves into trying to go for this win here? They have a potential strength of 23. Carthag is +6. Reinforcement is +6. Tactician is 3. It's 21 strength. Plus, what do they find at Carthag intrigue-wise? Or do they hold back and target the next conflict? They're running out of time is the issue here. Wow, so Yuna top decks the... whatever you want to call it. The Slig Farmer. I think Yuna is trying to look at a way to somehow get the second Talaxu point. I don't see how they're ever going to manage it, but maybe there's a way they can fluke it. 5 persuasion. I don't know if I'd buy anything here. It's kind of a weird spot of your deck, isn't it? None of those cards are that good. No atomics around anymore. Yellow's still got their atomics, worth noting. But, like, you could grab Ixen Engineer, I guess, just for denial, but I don't really see how that helps you here. You've just got to get the 10 points. Apes in hand. Players will note that she took Slig Farmer instead of whatever. Might just grab, like, 1 Liaison. I don't know if I'd buy any more, though. Yeah, Val is in real danger of just stalling out. And there's a very, very significant chance that this could happen here. Somehow, like, this game is still up for grabs. I don't know who's going to win this. I do not know who's going to win this. I still think Blue probably has... Oh, it's so tough, though, of that... the next cut round is going to be absolutely... It's probably going to decide the game the next round. It's that close. So what does Helena do? She could just go Arrakis and Garrison up and just take the spice and go highlining. Beast Diplo is out. Does Beast have another way to get hold of Highliner? I forget. First started recording this game like over 2 hours ago with the interruptions. Problem for green is green feels like they've got to use an intrigue here. They can't really justify sitting on 4 when blue is risking just going secrets and stealing. Doesn't feel great. Green in the tank here. It is so tempting to go Carfag. It is so unbelievably tempting to go Carfag here. When you know that you have enough strength to actually bypass blue. The problem is that you lose to a lot of intrigues. If red's got basically any combat intrigue... Well, if red's got any combat intrigue, you're not winning the fight. You might be forced into a tie or two. But I think she's going to talk herself into this at Carfag. I think green feels that with the point situation, they've got to gamble here. No! They're going to wait. Wow. So this is pretty cool. They're going to take Water Peddler off to the side. This way they can get off the Spicer's Float and the Peddler for free to prep up for Research Station next round, potentially. That's a cool move. Remember, of course, they've got, she's got Missionaria coming up. So I actually think that's actually not a bad move from playing. That's a pretty good spot here. But you do risk secret stealing. That's the real scare now, though. So Peddler for free. Still got the 9 for Spice of Slow. Is gonna have the Spice as well. You need to use these specimens. Green has to use these specimens right now. They need to come off this board if they're going to highline. Because otherwise their garrison's going to be in real trouble. Sometimes people forget. Oh! Use them. You got to use them. Ugh. I've seen that before. People forget to use their specimens. Then they highline and try to barrel a conflict. And their bowl's empty. And they cost themselves points. You see this every now and again. So... that is avoided, mercifully. Okay. So. Nothing to be done here. Does Tesiavonius retreat some troops? No. I would have considered Tesiavonius retreating, possibly just retreating all 3 troops here. So Beast is going to take this down. No detonation, of course. The Dreadnought is returned. Highliners are prepped. Guild Accord is coming. Helena's prepping up for Highliner of her Diplo. I really would have considered retreating troops with Tezia and just barreling this. It is grand vision. It is grand vision when every alliance is pretty much locked up here. Red is loving this, by the way. What a turn this is for Red. There's a huge conflict result here. Beast hates this. Beast is not particularly happy. Honest to God, we might be going 9 rounds here. I think Beast just has to selective read first immediately here and just, yeah, I don't... Or you could go secrets, I guess. Are they going to talk themselves into... Are they going to talk themselves into secret stealing Helena here? It's so awkward, though. I think they're considering playing Worm Riders because they've got 6 Persuasion in hand. Oh, it's an awkward hand. Just going to go ahead and smuggle here. Oh, but the problem is, now you do this, it's like you've got... Your garrison's absolutely loaded, surely. Unless you're not spending the spice. That's the only problem here. Your garrison is absolutely jammed. He's going to do it. He feels he has to, but... So that's 7 points. I don't see how anyone's going to finish this game this round. How does Beast score 3 here? I can see him scoring a couple. Doesn't bother. Una gets maximum use out of fold space here. And Slig Farmer. Signet Rings in hand. But the problem is they can't really score any more points. Spice must flow, and unless they can get hold of both Talaxu points right now, it's the only possible chance. Is it on? They got 2 bumps now, so that's 1 bump. They've got a bump in hand with illicit dealings, so that gets them to 5. The specimens is 6. Oh my god, are they actually going to end this? Experimentation gets them to the second Talaxu point. Can they still score the Spice must flow? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9! Oh my god, Unimotari's going to steal this. And I don't think it's stoppable. I don't think it can be stopped. Unless someone barrels the Emperor right now. Helena's pulled terrible. Helena's not drawn her, she's not drawn her faction, her Bene Gesserit. Missionary is doing nothing. Well, well, well. Like, Yuna's not out of the woods here, but I think she's going to stealth this. Meant out immediately, yeah, not surprised. Needs to find Jessica Arrakis. Doesn't find it. I think Helena's going to have to steal this Emperor Alliance here. More Highliners from Tesia. Just Guild Accord and just charging in. Has got nothing, no reason not to. Just bulldozing away. Helena could steal it. Research station. Experimentation. Oh no, I don't think she can steal it. She needs 3 bumps. I'm trying to see how this would work. She can get... Oh, she could. So Sardaukar Legion to Wealth gets the 4th bump. And then you do... Oh, but there's no Bene Gesserit to enable Missionaria. Unless green wins the conflict, but yellow's just going to charge here. I think red's going to win this. And I don't see how it's ever going to get stopped. Wow. Yeah, red sees it. And red sees the route for victory here. I guess they just go shipping just to get some spice. But red sees the way to victory now. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is over. This game is over. Unless someone steals the Emperor Alliance right now. It's the only thing that saves this game and keeps it going. But I don't see how anyone could steal it. The only way they could let it is if they let Helena win the fight. I wonder if there might be a conversation here. If red reveals early, because they have to reveal now, they've got 9 persuasion, and they see that red gets the 10, they might have a conversation here and decide to let Helena win this fight in order to take the Emperor Alliance. It legit might happen. I mean, it's competition. Like, they're in a voice chat. And it's in all their interests, really. I don't know. Like, I've seen crazier things in this game. They're legit. They might be like, well, we need to let Helena win this, otherwise we're all out. And it's true. What is going to happen here? I don't know. Oh, this hurts for Helena. So, research station it is. Diplo's found. Opulence is found. That gives the point for Opulence as well. Man, this is... What is going to happen here? This could get very interesting very quickly. I would love to be a fly on the wall in about 30 seconds. But the problem is, Beast is going to commit himself too heavily beforehand. He's just barreling in. And he doesn't know what else to do. And now it's too late. And Red's going to win this. Because Blue's not giving up at this point. And here it is. And now they see the problem. And now they're going to realize the game's over. Because the reveal's coming. The only thing Yuna might do is might go Signet Ring to tech negotiation. But I imagine if she does that, they're gonna realize the game's over here. There's what else? There's no other move for her to take. If she stalls, the only thing she can do is tech negotiation with Signet Ring. It's the only move she's got. She has Infiltrate. She might go Arrakis or something, maybe. But I don't see what other move she's got here. She can't do anything to defend the Alliance. Because she loses the Spice Must Flow. So that's not on. She doesn't want to reveal right now, does Yuna. Because if she does, they're going to see she's at 10 points. And all of a sudden it's Grand Vision. And who knows what's going to happen. Like, Helena can still win this. This is very winnable for Helena. Helena could definitely beat Blue. Yeah, and you see, Yuna does not want to reveal. She'd have to go Arrakis with an infiltration. But it's just everything looks dodgy here. Everything looks dodgy. No, she can't. There's no other moves she can take that aren't suspicious. Arrakin's about the only thing I can think of where you might be able to mask what's going on. So she might get away with this, and they might not quite realize what's going on, but it looks weird. So, what is going to happen? They must think that this doesn't look good. And that she might have it. It's possible Yuna might have been close to Spice Flow was drawing. And now the game stops here. And I have a feeling they might be having a little conversation about this, saying, I think Red's about to end the game. And the truth is, if Red's about to end the game, everyone else here is out. What can Helena do here? Helena's got the Talaxu point coming, so that's 6. Opulence is coming for 7. Spicer's Flow would be 8. She's already bought a couple, so Haltzman is 9. I'm trying to see if there's a way for Helena to win this game still. Oh my god, there might be. Hold the page. So she's at 5, right? So Haltzman is 6. Spicer's Flow, another one is 7. Opulence is 8. She's got the Talaxu point at 9. Bene Gesserit would be 10. I think Helena can win this game outright. She has to grab Haltzman right now. The problem is, does she lose on Spice tiebreak, though, to Yuna? I don't think so. If she can get the secrets... If she can get to secrets... Oh... What's she got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 persuasion. Yeah, okay, this is fine. Has to go Haltzman here for 4. Helena might still win this outright. She's sitting on 3... She's sitting on Spice Must Flow, Haltzman, Opulence, and Shadowy for the Talaxu. She's sitting effectively on 9 points right now. If she can get to secrets, it's 10. And she might well beat Yuna on Spice tiebreak. This would be an unbelievable victory for Green if they pull this off. And I think they're going to. I think they're going to win this by a spice. But do they see it? This is absolutely wild. It's absolutely wild, this. But it's on. I don't know if she sees it, though, but it is there. How is this on? How is this on? How is this on? This is incredible. It's been a hell of a game, this. And I'll be honest, I didn't like Ben's chances coming into this game, truth be told. So now they know the round is over. And unless Red loses the Alliance's final turn, Helena, I think Secrets just wins the game. Because the Red's got no intrigues. Secrets wins the game. Does she see it? She does! Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I do not know how Green's done this. Incredible. Jessica Arrakis is drawn. A couple of swords will make them feel... it's not going to make any difference to the situation. They got to draw it. I mean, there's no point trashing it. It doesn't really matter at this point. So yeah, Helena, it's 6 points now. Opulence is 7. Spice Must Flow is 8. Holtzman and Shadowy Bargain for 2 endgame points. And Helena is going to steal this. A quite incredible result, this. Tessie's going to be able to get Memo Quarters off if she somehow wins this combat, but I don't know how she's going to. She's just going to pick up... She has to go Siege, I guess, and just put it in. It doesn't really matter, though. So, it was unfortunate with Blue with the Dreadnought, but I don't think it would have made the biggest of differences here. It's just a quite incredible finish, this. A quite incredible finish. Well done, Helena, I guess. And people tell me Shadowy Bargain is a terrible intrigue. People tell me Shadowy Bargain's a terrible intrigue. It has played its part here. Red is going to be sick when they see this. It's going to be absolutely sick when they see this. Just doing the maths here. Spice Must Flow. Yeah, it's well good. Holtzman's at 9. And Red now is probably feeling kind of nervous here. Thinking, well, they're going to get to 9. They're going to beat me on Spice Tiebreak. Uh-oh. Have they got corner of the market? Have they got machine culture? There's a few intrigues Red loses to, and right now they are sweating. They're like, oh no, I don't think I'm going to win this. And they're not. So Blue takes the win on the conflict. It's a consolation point, though. It only gets them to 9. They cannot get in Cho-Am shares. After a heck of a first round win for Beast, they're not going to be able to score anything else here. Their tournament's over. Blue gets their detonation anyways. And red is going to die on endgames. A remarkable result, this. A quite remarkable result for this. And red sees it. And this is over. Brutal. Yeah, you do, Green. That is a pretty scintillating victory. By a spice.
Thanks, guys, for being so patient. It was a tough one.
Wow, didn't expect this. Wow.
No, nor did I, nor did probably half the people watching this video when it comes out. Like,
oh man, that's insane.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy win. This, like, I saw it about like after your first action. I was just looking. I was like, oh my, I think Green can actually steal this.
Wow.
I was just like, your secrets wins you the game, and it's like I had no idea when you saw that. I haven't a clue.
Oh man. Yeah, but I needed someone to close the game, like Red did.
I mean, you kicked yourself sort of in the neck of the woods. Like, you needed a massive round to get back there. I mean, Holtzman was definitely, that coming off was a huge result, because what it was, whatever came off first, I think, something came off to let you get to that. And then obviously, yeah, there's just, everything. I mean, it's a heck of a result. And Shall We Bargain, you know, apparently terrible intrigue. You know, it's never done anything for anyone. So yeah, I feel, you know, they'll rough it, but it was a close game. Like, everyone was in this for a long time. I mean, it was a long game, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think I was in it actually for a long time, but
I mean, just to be honest, you weren't. I'm not gonna lie. For a long time, you were kind of really distant, but you kept yourself there, and yeah, opulence was huge. You know, found what was needed. So, congrats.
Ooh. Thanks.
I really was not happy with myself.
That was grand.
But yeah, we moved. It was a fun game. Everyone played well.
Yeah, it was one of the ones that it's sad someone to lose. Like, it was very close all the way. I mean, Grand Vision turning up was pretty insane. Obviously the round 6 thing kind of was what it was, but I figured you might well get the detonation off anyways. But it was all a bit weird. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I would have fought for it as much if this came up and got the points.
Oh, of course.
Well,
yeah, it is what it is. But no,
it was some maybes, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good game though, regardless. Definitely.
Yeah, it was very close.
Very nice game. Yeah.
So yeah,
it was very difficult to score any points.
Yeah. That was your problem. I saw it as well. Like, you got to about like 7. I was like, I think you're just going to stall out here. You did well to get to 10 this round. Like, you found the route to get there as well. So.
Yeah, to be fair, I saw you here and was like, yeah, I don't think you can score any more like points anywhere. So I wasn't too worried, but then I was like, oh, okay, no, he's won.
Yeah, definitely. And the problem is, it was like kind of like, is there a world that somehow Green wins it and steals your land something? And then I'm looking at, I was like, well, hold on a second, I think Green can just win this outright, like with the steals. So it was. Yeah, it was a bit of an all over the place match.
It was very likely that he has some kind of endgame victory point, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had Shadowy for quite a while, to be fair. So.
Did you have? Can I see your other intrigues?
Yeah, sure. There were no.
He was loaded for war like the past 2 rounds, but just never got the trigger. He couldn't.
Yeah,
because obviously there was so much going on. Like, I was wondering if Green was going to talk themselves into going in for Imperial Basin, because they had enough strength to inferior to beat you if you didn't have. If you didn't have vicious talents, like they had like 21 strength, so I wonder if Green was going to talk themselves into it, but they stayed out of it mercifully.
Let's see.
Yeah, I thought I was going for one big combat, but I never got.
Yeah, you would like ready, you were constantly trying to like wait for the moment, and it just never turned up. But like it was getting the High Council as well. Like Minimic was, I mean, like the first round obviously wasn't great. Like. You probably should have just like gone tech negotiation to grab memo quarters to stop yellow getting it, but then you got Minimic out of it, and the High Council getting that done in 1 round was good. So you know,
my first turn was terrible. I shouldn't have gone fold space.
I loved fold space. Fold space because you go fold space, and you tech negotiate, and then next round you buy memo quarters and then ship.
Yeah, but I drew both my axes for
Yeah, but you didn't need to worry. You go fold space, you tech negotiate, and then next round you tech negotiate again and grab member quarters.
Yeah. That was the path. Yep.
So it was definitely on, but you made the most of it. So congrats regardless.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ben, good luck in the next round.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck, mate.
Thanks. Hope you make it too, Red. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And sorry, Blue, that
No,
shipping thing, but
shit happens.
But in
it
the
was
end,
my
I
mistake.
think but in the end, I think that wouldn't have made any difference.
I ultimately, I think I would have played the last round differently, but yeah, maybe not. But like I said, I said to these guys in the voice chat, I was like, totally understand. Like I would have done the same thing in your position. Like I had no animosity. It was just like it was one of those things. Like I'd bought it and gone Highlander on the shipping round for that, and then I was just like, so I think I just like lost myself afterwards because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah, I did see that. I mean, I saw about it. The problem is it's a May, so I can't tell you about detonation devices. It's not
totally
mandatory,
get you. It's
so
not your position. And like Red said, like in a normal rank game, anyone would be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's just it's practice, isn't it?
Yeah, and the disconnected. It was hard to get back in the game to think, what was I doing? And
I lost the flow of that game completely.
Yeah, right, correctly.
I thought I honestly had the best start to it, and then
you had definitely.
Yeah, just fizzled it away. But always next competition, eh?
Okay.
Fair enough.
Thank you very much for the game.
See you later.
Good night.
Thanks,
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
See ya.
So confirmation of the final results here for this match, and indeed Ben just about steals this match away from Red. Pretty dramatic stuff, but a good watch nonetheless. A quarterfinal match against Orski, Night Fury, and TAF Live awaits them in the beginning of January, and that is some prospect to wait up through, but it's a game that you've got to look forward to. That's good times. Val will have to wait and see if their second place result is good enough to make it way through as a fastest loser into the quarters. It's real coin toss. I don't know. They might be, they might not be. They'll have to see how results go for their end. But it's also the end of the line for Hershey and Matthew, who played their parts in what was a pretty entertaining game overall. Obviously, this was a long old match. Didn't help that there was some interruptions here and there with Steam being dodgy, and that's the way it goes occasionally. And I do agree. I think Blue had a pretty solid start, but I think with kind of things that happened, probably just kind of was difficult to keep that concentration going. That's how it goes occasionally. Red's decision regarding the Dreadnought, ultimately, it's their call. It's nothing to do with me. It's not a rule breaking as such. And ultimately, the responsibility for that sort of thing has to come down to the person involved. It's not up to the rest of the table to tell him to detonate his dreadnoughts, ultimately. So I'm glad that Blue took that in sort of that sort of spirit, and it just is what it is. But regardless, a really, really good game. Real close match. I think everyone had chances to try and go and win this game. A bit unfortunate for Yellow, obviously, like fading away at the end. Getting that Bene Gesserit line stole from was absolutely brutal as well. But everyone played their part in a really fun game. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you all in the next conflict for more from this competition. TDFNs.